Two boys, one fence between them. One was free, one was not, but neither of them truly understood why. This is a story about innocence in the darkest place on earth, about a friendship that should never have existed, and about an ending so devastating that even after you finish reading, you sit in silence for a long time. This is The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas. Bruno is 9 years old. He lives in Berlin, Germany, in a beautiful 5-story house with a butler and a cook, and a grandmother who sings, and a grandfather who is proud. It is 1943, and Bruno's father is an important man, a very important man in the Nazi Party. But Bruno doesn't fully understand what that means. He is 9. He loves adventure stories. He loves exploring. He has 3 best friends for life and a house he adores. And then one day, everything changes. His father is given a new assignment, a promotion, they call it, an honor. The family must move, far from Berlin, far from friends, far from everything Bruno has ever known. They arrive at a place Bruno cannot pronounce properly. He calls it Auschwitz. We know it by another name, Auschwitz. Their new home is a large gray house beside a massive camp surrounded by wire fences. Bruno can see it from his bedroom window. Strange people in striped pajamas, walking slowly, working, silent. Bruno doesn't understand what he is seeing because no one has told him, and no one will. Bruno hates it here. There is nothing to do, no friends to play with. His sister Gretel, whom he calls the hopeless case, is no company at all. His mother seems unhappy too, though she tries to hide it. Strange men in uniforms come and go. One of them, Lieutenant Kotler, makes Bruno deeply uncomfortable, though he cannot explain why. A Jewish man named Pavel works in their house, peeling vegetables, serving dinner. He was once a doctor. Now he serves soup and disappears into the background. Bruno's grandmother, the one who sings, refuses to come and visit. She is ashamed of her son's position. She and Bruno's father argue bitterly in letters, and Bruno stands at his bedroom window every day, staring at the camp, at the people in striped pajamas, wondering. His tutor, Herr List, teaches him history and geography, always the glory of Germany, always the importance of the fatherland, never the truth of what is happening outside that window. Bruno is surrounded by lies told so gently, so constantly, that they feel like the air itself. One day, he cannot stand it anymore. He decides to explore. Bruno follows the fence. For a long time there is nothing, just wire and gray sky and the distant sounds of the camp. And then he sees a boy, sitting on the other side of the fence, small, thin, wearing striped pajamas, with enormous eyes that seem too big for his face. Bruno sits down on his side. They look at each other. "What's your name?" Bruno asks. "Shmuel," the boy says. "That's a funny name," Bruno says. "I've never heard that name before." "It's a very common name on this side of the fence," Shmuel replies quietly. They discover something extraordinary. They were both born on the same day, the same date, the same year, like 2 sides of the same coin. Bruno tells Shmuel about Berlin, about his friends, about his house. Shmuel tells Bruno about his home in Poland, about his father who made watches, about the day soldiers came and took everything away. Bruno doesn't fully understand Shmuel's story, but he understands one thing. This boy is his friend, his only friend in this terrible place. And so every day, Bruno comes back to the fence, and Shmuel is always there, waiting. The friendship grows, but the world around it grows darker. Lieutenant Kotler becomes more cruel, more dangerous. One day he catches Shmuel eating food in Bruno's house, food that Bruno himself gave him. Bruno, frightened, denies it. He says he doesn't know Shmuel. He says he has never seen him before. Kotler punishes Shmuel brutally, and Bruno, standing there, says nothing. That night, Bruno cannot sleep. He is not brave enough yet to understand what he has done, but the guilt lives in him like a stone. The next time he goes to the fence, Shmuel has bruises on his face. Bruno apologizes, truly, deeply apologizes, and Shmuel forgives him. Because Shmuel, despite everything, despite the fence, despite the hunger, despite the bruises, still has a gentleness that the world has not been able to destroy. Meanwhile, Bruno's mother begins to fall apart. She drinks. She cries when she thinks no one can hear. She argues with Bruno's father in hushed, furious voices. She wants to leave. She wants to take the children back to Berlin. Bruno's father refuses. His duty is here. His work is here. And so the family stays, and the fence remains. One day, Shmuel comes to the fence with news that breaks Bruno's heart. His father is missing. He disappeared inside the camp. No one will tell Shmuel where he is. No one will tell him anything. Shmuel is terrified, alone, lost. Bruno wants to help. He has always wanted to help, but the fence has always been between them. And now Bruno makes a decision. He will go under the fence. He will go into the camp and help Shmuel find his father. Just for one afternoon, just to look, just to be a real friend for once. Shmuel brings him a spare set of striped pajamas. Bruno changes his clothes. He crawls under the fence. And for the first time in his life, Bruno stands on the other side. He looks back at his side, at the gray house, at the window where he used to stand, and it looks very far away, very small, very different from here. The camp is nothing like Bruno imagined. It is gray and cold and full of a silence that is not peaceful. People move slowly. Their eyes are empty. Their faces are hollow. Bruno holds Shmuel's hand tightly. They search for Shmuel's father, through narrow paths, past low gray buildings. They cannot find him. And then the soldiers come. A large group of prisoners is being gathered, herded together, moved. Bruno and Shmuel are caught in the crowd. Bruno tries to say something, tries to explain that he doesn't belong here, that there has been a mistake. But no one listens. No one looks. In his striped pajamas, Bruno looks exactly like every other boy in the camp. The crowd moves. Bruno holds Shmuel's hand. "We'll find your father," Bruno says. "Everything will be okay." Shmuel doesn't answer. Maybe he already knows. The crowd is taken into a dark room. The doors close. Bruno's mother searches for him frantically. She finds his clothes on his side of the fence, his shoes, folded neatly. She understands immediately. She screams. Bruno's father searches the camp. He questions everyone. He tears the records apart, looking for his son's name. And then he finds it. He understands what happened. He stands outside the gray building where the doors had closed. And for the first time, Bruno's father, the important man, the powerful man, the man who followed orders without question, truly understands what those orders meant, what he was part of, what he built, what it cost. Months later, Bruno's father is taken away by soldiers from the other side. The war is ending, and justice, slow and terrible, is arriving. Bruno's mother and sister leave. Himmel Street is empty, and somewhere beyond the fence that no longer matters, two boys who were born on the same day, who found each other across the most terrible divide in human history, who held hands in the darkness, are together still. The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas is not just a story about the Holocaust. It is a story about innocence, about how hatred is taught, and how children, left to themselves, will always choose friendship over fear. Bruno did not know what Auschwitz was. He did not know what those striped pajamas meant. He only knew that on the other side of the fence was a boy his age, born on the same day, who needed a friend. And he chose friendship. John Boyne wrote this book to remind us that the greatest tragedy of hatred is not just what it does to its victims, but what it does to everyone it touches. If this story moved you, please subscribe, share this video, and leave a comment telling me which novel you want next. Until then, remember Bruno, remember Shmuel, and remember the fence that should never have been there at all.